Long ago, in a quiet town encircled by thick, mysterious forests and jagged mountains, tales of a monstrous great beast haunted the villagers' imaginations. The great beast was said to roam distant lands, so fierce and powerful that even whispering its name sent chills down spines. But for generations, it had remained a legend until, one ominous day, the legend became reality. A thunderous roar shook the ground as a dark shadow swept over the town square. Villagers ran for shelter, trembling at the sight of the great beast, a massive creature with scales that shimmered like molten metal, wings that blotted out the sun, and eyes that burned like crimson coals. It landed heavily, its breath stirring clouds of dust. None dared to approach, except for the Minor Canon, a humble and courageous young clergyman known for his compassion and dedication to his people. Though his knees shook, he stepped forward, facing the beast with unwavering eyes. "Why have you come here?" he asked, his voice steady despite his fear. The beast regarded him with a gaze that seemed to pierce his soul. "I have heard of your town's beauty," it growled, its voice deep and resonant. "I wish to stay and be among its people." Terrified, the villagers locked their doors and shutters, hoping the beast would leave, but it did not. It wandered the town's narrow streets, visited its grand cathedral, and even perched atop the stone clock tower, watching everything with an intensity that sent shivers down spines. Although it caused no harm, its very presence was a curse. Crops wilted as farmers abandoned their fields, merchants closed their shops, and children cowered in silence. In secret, the town's elders met. "We must rid ourselves of the beast," said a wealthy merchant, his voice low with fear. "It brings only ruin." They devised a cowardly scheme to send the Minor Canon away on a fabricated quest, hoping the beast would follow. The next day, the Minor Canon was summoned. "You must leave the town and seek wisdom in the distant lands," they told him, their eyes refusing to meet his. He understood their true intent, but could not refuse. With a heavy heart, he packed his few belongings and left at dawn. The Minor Canon's journey was long and treacherous. He crossed dense, dark forests where eerie whispers followed him, and trudged through swamps thick with shadows that seemed to move. By day, he endured scorching sun, and by night, chilling winds howled with unearthly cries. Along the way, he encountered strange creatures, a giant owl with eyes like silver moons, which spoke riddles that could drive a person mad, and an ancient tree that shed blood-red leaves and spoke of forgotten curses. One night, while camped by a flickering fire, he heard the heavy thud of wings. The great beast had found him. It landed gracefully, its eyes glowing in the darkness. The Minor Canon stood, expecting anger, but instead, the beast spoke quietly. "You alone treated me with respect," it said. "Your people sought to cast you out. Now, I will accompany you." The pair journeyed together. In time, they stumbled upon a cursed village, shrouded in mist and ruled by a monstrous wraith that fed on fear. Here, the beast's ferocity and the Minor Canon's courage were tested. Together, they battled the wraith, which could summon the worst nightmares of its foes. The beast's claws clashed with shadows, while the Minor Canon used his faith to weaken the creature's hold on reality. Finally, they triumphed, freeing the villagers from their curse. The grateful people offered them shelter, but the Minor Canon knew he must return to his own town. As they made their way back, the Minor Canon and the beast faced more trials. Enchanted rivers that spoke of forgotten dreams, spectral knights who challenged them to duels of wits, and an endless maze guarded by a three-headed serpent. In each trial, the beast's raw power and the Canon's compassion saw them through. Upon returning, the townspeople were shocked to see the Minor Canon alive and in the company of the great beast. Their fear fled, but the beast spoke. "He has shown courage where you showed cowardice. He is worth 10 of you." Realizing their folly and shamed by their actions, The villagers begged the Minor Canon for a forgiveness. Though he could have rejected them, he instead chose mercy, urging his people to change. The beast, having seen the Minor Canon's true worth, made one final proclamation: "I will leave your town in peace, but know this harmless man again, and I shall return." With a powerful beat of its wings, the beast soared away, disappearing into the horizon. The Minor Canon remained, forever changed by his journey. The townspeople honored him, finally understanding that true courage lies not in strength, but in facing fear with compassion and resolve.